All right, hello everyone. Welcome to High School Hockey Night in Tampa. We're broadcasting live from the TGH Iceplex, the official training facility of the Tampa Bay Lightning. We're in beautiful Brandon, Florida, where it's hot outside but cool inside. I'm Ted Boggs. I'll be your commentator, bringing you live play-by-play action for all our game coverage tonight on the Hockey Sports Network. If you've not done so, please subscribe, like the channel and videos. Check out, we're also on Facebook. Also hit the notification bell so each time we upload, you get notified of our new video or we go live. It's 100% free to you, but it helps us grow the channel. Also, if any of you listening love hockey and like to get into broadcasting, please contact me. I'd love to have you help us expand the coverage capabilities and all the things that we want to do this year. Finally, if you've not done so, please check out our new podcast, Ice Time in the Barn. We do a week in review, discuss upcoming games, and also started a new segment called Stick and Puck Spotlight, which we hope everyone will enjoy. Our next Stick and Puck Spotlight will be just after I get done talking here with the gentleman you see standing in front of you on the video. And also, we had our third episode drop yesterday, so please check it out. Now, let's get into our spotlight featuring Tyler Smitty Smith of Riverview Sharks Blue. Currently has 14 points, 5 goals, and 9 assists. So, Tyler, thanks for joining us on the Hockey Sports Network. All right, so with that, I just have a few easy questions for you, all right? So first question to you is, what moment did you realize you wanted to play hockey, and how long have you been playing?
I've been playing for most of my life. I wanted to play hockey ever since I could remember.
All right, fantastic. I understand you also referee hockey. Can you share your thoughts on how that has shaped your view of the? So has it given you a different respect for the referees? I've watched you play, and I know you're not an aggressive person towards the refs or anything like that, but a different respect or feeling about the referees and what they go through on a regular basis, because after all, they're all human.
Definitely. They get yelled at a lot.
So, go ahead.
It is not fun for them.
So I guess you've experienced that quite a few times.
Not that much. A few instances, but not many. And not that bad either.
Gotcha. So nothing like we've seen at Lightning games or NHL games, then, is what I'm hearing you say, right?
Definitely not.
All right. So I understand you've also played some travel hockey as well. Can you share a little bit about that experience and how it's impacted your play today?
It was definitely good to get out there and play against more competition, but high school has definitely been my favorite so far.
That is fantastic. So last year, as I understand it, was your first year playing for the Sharks, correct? Can you share a little about about what you learned last year and how it's influenced your play this year?
I learned a lot. My shot has gotten better from last year. Just knowing where to be and just how the team plays.
No, that's great. And this year, I mean, your play as well as the rest of your teammates. I mean, you guys have an 8-0-1 record, leading the league by far with 7.67 goals per game average. So, you guys are killing it in 9 games into the season. So this is the 10th game, 2 more left. You guys are pretty much almost sewn up first place, and tonight should do that. So looking in the future, what goals have you set for yourself, whether it be this fall, next season, or post-high school?
I definitely set the goal to just work as hard as possible. Just try to help my team out, get as many assists as possible.
What a great answer. You know what? That shows in the stats that we got for you, right? So very unselfish player, but always looking to help the team score and win, and that's the key. It's about teammate and all the way around. All right, so I have to ask this question. What team is your favorite NHL team?
Lightning.
So I don't know if Dom told you when I interviewed him and his dad last week, but his favorite team was the Washington Capitals. So, but understand, he's from up in that area. So finally, who's someone that inspired you in life, whether it's hockey?
Me out a lot and led by example, and he's just nice to everyone.
So he was a former teammate of yours last year as well, is that correct?
Yes. I got the great chance of playing with him for a few games, It was great.
Well, that is so awesome to hear, and it's again very inspiring to have you join us here. Definitely want to include more of your teammates and other players across the different teams that are playing here, and the teams we'll see this fall as well, because we're hoping to actually expand this fall into the other arenas you guys will be playing at. So again, Smitty, thank you so much for joining us here on the Stick and Puck Spotlight on the Hockey Sports Network. Okay, for some reason we keep losing connectivity here in the Iceplex tonight, and I don't know why. It's unusual because we usually don't have any issues. Like I said, I'll do my best to tell you who's who on the ice throughout the night. We do have a mystery player number 2 in the white jersey there for Cabbage Criminals. In the goal for Cabbage Criminals is Landon Daney. And I'll tell you who the rest of the players are that are out there shortly. So you've got Courier, Maximus Cabbage, his brother Lucian, and Dominique. And I'll get to who's on the ice for Top Shelf shortly. Face-off occurs. So let me know also what you think of the closer shot tonight on the plate. Solution as it back behind the goal, tries to pass over to Dominique, can't get it there, cut off by Austin Schaub. Mr. Player number 2 has it, back down around to Lucian. Dominique back out to Maximus, back behind the net. Lucian has it. And puck comes across the middle, nice stop. And I think that might be Phelps in the goal, I'm not 100%, but I'll be able to tell you in just a little bit. Schaub passes out, cut off by Mr. Player, taken by Cabbage. Tyler Dussel's right there, tries to take it away from Lucian, as well as Wilson. Dussel tries to deke around, cut off by Mr. Player number 2, behind the net, 10:54 to go, and covered up by Daney. And with 10:51 to go, we'll have a face-off. I believe it's going to be right there, just to the right of Landon Daney. So coming on the ice is going to be Helms, along with Mazer. It's like Cole Carter, I believe, on defense. We'll get to the rest in a minute. Breedlove's out there, takes the face-off. Cabbage Criminals won it. Also out there's LaBarbera. LaBarbera tries to push it back behind the net, cut off by Cazzo. Back out front to Jones, cut off by LaBarbera. Breedlove's battling out right there with him. Courier brings it around. Mazer's right with him. Cazzo tries to pass back to Cazzo, cut off by LaBarbera. Back around again to Courier. Back behind the net. I hope you folks were able to enjoy the Stick and Puck Spotlight at the beginning of that game, last game. I just hope it recorded everything. If not, I'll get with Smitty and we'll do it again. Certainly didn't expect any technical difficulties on that one. Backhand caught and dropped for Edlund. Pass out ahead to Schaub, Aaron Schaub. Dumps it back behind the net, picked up by Dominique. Back up front, Helms, Jones, and Dominique battling it out. Dominique brings it up the ice. Dekes around Edlund, backhand, caught by the top shelf goalie. So they're going to be Phelps or Sloan. It's number 31. I think that's Phelps, if I'm not mistaken. I'll get clarification, though, eventually. So Cabbage and Baumgarten take the face-off. Schaub, or actually that was Singleton. Mason Singleton, and he tried to race to stop the icing, and unfortunately it is going to be icing. So you got Colt Carter on Baumgarten, Alcade, Singleton, and Austin Schaub. You got Lucian and Maximus Cabbage, Dominique, Mr. Player number 2. Puck brought up the ice by Schaub. Dump behind the net. Right around. Mr. Player goes down. There's going to be a tripping call against Alcade. And a face-off right. Well, actually, no. That face-off is going to move down here. As that was called against Top Shelf. All right, so here we go. Cabbage is going to take the face-off on the power play. So you got Lucian and Maximus out there with Zachary Johnson. Sorry about the coverage there. There we go. Apologies. Singleton tried to deke around. That's blocked out by Daney. Puck back around again. Cut off by Baumgarten. Dominique now has it. 1:30 left to go in the power play. Back around to Lucian. Lucian out ahead. And Schaub now has it. Puck comes back down. Some of the vibrations is all the folks walking behind here. Courier now has it. Pass out ahead to Mr. Player. Cabbage dumps it in. Goes behind the net. Courier and Schaub right there with Johnson. Also Singleton. Hilderman's also on the ice. Cole Carter. Mr. Player has it. Brings it around. Pass over to Cabbage. Cabbage dekes around Hilderman. Dumps it back behind the net to Lucian. Poked out of there. And taken away by Top Shelf, shorthanded. Around Danny, it scores. Hilderman. And Top Shelf takes the lead on a shorthanded goal. 1-0. Here in the first period with 7:19 to go. Breedlove taking the face off against Hilderman. Cazzo back on it. Passes around behind the net. Comes all the way around to Wilson. Cut off. Dominique and a battle for it right here in front of us. Comes out. Dominique comes out with it. Shot on goal. Blocked. And it goes in. It got past. And we have a 1-1 game. Nice shot by Dominique. And this game is all tied up at 1 apiece. So that was a power play goal. I believe it made it just in there. I believe. I could be wrong. It was a power play goal. So Cazzo, Breedlove, Jones, McCree, and Dominique on the ice. And they're going to call icing on that one. Not sure who it was on, but it'll come all the way down here. Really don't know why that's bouncing. The bouncing of the camera, it's the floor's bouncing off a lot. There's a ton of people up here, which is a good thing. All right, so pass ahead. Cut off. Stays in the zone. Finally picked up. Bounce off the near boards. Wilson has it. Shot blocked by Daney. Circles around. Covered up. And we'll have the face-off right over there. with 6:27 to go here in the first period with a 1-1 tie. All right, so I just got word from the studio that the interview went well in terms of being able to get it all in. Helms has it, shoots, caught by Danny and covered up right in the gut. Face-off will be right over there. Actually, sorry, right over here. Face-off won by Top Shelf. Cabbage, Lucian, that is, has it. He's been chased by Mazer. Mystery player picks it up. It's number 2. I don't know who that is. He passes ahead to Helms. And cross-checking is going to be the call against Top Shelf, which means another power play for Cabbage Criminals, and face-off's going to be right over there, just to the right of the goalie. Again, in between periods, I will see if I can track down who the goalie is in for Top Shelf at the moment. I'm sorry, yes, for Top Shelf. I think that's Phelps, but could be Sloan, so not 100% sure. Face-off won by Cabbage Criminals. Pushed out front. Dominique is back on it. Passes over to Maximus. Maximus has it. Gets ahead to Lucian. Lucian goes down. No penalty. Actually, there is a penalty. And it's tripping, and it's going to be 5-on-3. And let's see. I think they're going to do the face-off just to the left of Top Shelf's goalie. So it's a 5-on-3 now. And it will be a 2-man advantage for about 18 seconds once the penalties expire. But definite power play for 2 minutes, 18 seconds. Cabbage over to Mr. Player. Mr. Player has it in the corner. Taken away and cleared all the way down the goal. That comes around. Of course, on the penalty kill, you can do that. And it's Carter Baumgarten. Pass over to Mystery Player. Austin Schaub. Shot by Mystery Player. Up off the goalie, up on the glass. Cabbage back out to Dominique. Dominique shoots, caught by the goalie, covered up, and face-off will happen just to the right of the goal with 5:04 to go. Minute 20 to go in the power play. Minute 1 left in the 5-on-3 advantage. So it's Jones, McCree, Dominique, Breedlove, and couldn't quite get the number of the last player for on the power play. On the penalty kill is Duel. Pass over to Dominique. Dominique shoots. Blocked by Duel. Duel tries to come out with it. Cut off by McCree. Now goes into the neutral zone. Pass out ahead, past Singleton. And they're going to call icing. We'll pass Singleton and Edlund. And face-off will happen just to the left of Daney with 34 seconds left on the 2-man advantage. All right, so here we go. It is Singleton, Duel, and Carter. I'm sorry, Edlund. Maximus brings in the zone, gives to Breedlove. Breedlove wide left. Comes all the way around to McCree. McCree gets it. Passes over to Cabbage on the near boards. Jones is right there as well. Stick knocked down on the hand of the Duel. Jones takes it to the middle to McCree. Just out of his reach. Cazzo's on it. 8 seconds to go here in the 2-man advantage. Cazzo pushes it down in the corner. Picked up by Singleton. Singleton bringing up the ice. Pass ahead to Baumgarten. Baumgarten brings it in. And blocked away by Daney. 10 seconds to go in the power play. It's a battle for it on the far boards. Jones now has it. Passes ahead. Carter cuts it off. Couldn't quite get it over to his teammate. And puck goes underneath. The left pad gets away. Bumgart now brings it up the ice. And shoots just over the goal. Austin Schaub has it in the corner with Breedlove. Breedlove lofts his stick. Alcade's out there. Passes to the middle. Blocked away by Dominique as the puck comes all the way up the zone. And icing's called. So we'll come all the way back down here with 3:11 to go in the first period. All right, 3:11 to go. And it's going to be Helms, Dussel. Helms over to Edlunds. Goes into the neutral zone. Helms dumps it down in the corner. Dominique is on it with mystery player. Also out there is Johnson for Cabbage Criminals. Puck comes to the middle. Helms has it. Helms brings it in, dumps it in again. Cazzo and Dominique along with Hilderman. Pass to the middle. Dussel passes over to Helms, takes it back down to Wilson, comes all the way back out in the neutral zone, and they'll have to reset as Edlund's back on it. Edlund back over to Hilderman. That's cut off by mystery player number 2. Puck gets dumped down in and picked up by Dominique. Gets it out to mystery player. Mystery player now bringing it up the ice. Into the zone. Shoots. Wide left. Comes all the way back down in the neutral zone. Maximus tries to dump it in. Cannot. Cut off by McCree is Hilderman. The battle for it here in the neutral zone. Helms now has it. Brings it into the zone. Down the corner. Maximus pokes it away. Now there's a battle for it. No clear who has it. There's a kick because he lost his stick. It's Maximus. Pass by Edlund over to, I believe that was Dussel. It was. Shaw brings it in. Takes it behind the net. Wraps around. Back out to Duel. Shot on goal. Deflection by, I think that was Mazer. Not successful. Comes all the way back out here to mid-ice. Duel dumps it back down in again. And that puck is going to be iced and will stay right here. Aaron Schaub is also on the ice as well. 1:02 to go in the first period. A 1-1 tie. As promised, this one was going to be a good one, as I called earlier. A lot on the line here for this one for both teams. So you got Mazer, Aaron Schaub. LaBarbera. And I think that might be Austin Schaub, not 100%. Kind of neutral in the win there. It's got McCree, Breedlove, Jones. There's a shot on goal, blocked away. Also, Courier, 47 seconds to go in the period. As Cabbage Criminals are trying to get it out of the zone and cannot. Courier now has it. That was Austin Schaub as suspected. Back out to McCree. There's a chase for it. Duel's on it. Duel slows things down, gets it back ahead to Mazer. Mazer brings it in. Digs around, shot, poked away at the last second. And Austin Schaub shoots wide right. Mazer picks it up. A great forecheck by Cabbage, or the top shelf. There's an open net. And a wide right on that follow-up. Lost chance on the open net. And that's the period. So this period's going to end 1-1 as we move into period 2. This is Ted Boggs, the Hockey Sports Network. We'll be right back. All right. All right, so about to get things underway here in period number 2. You can all knotted up here at 1. Again, thanks for joining us here on the Hockey Sports Network. Glad to have you. And this good battle. We had a little bit of a lopsided battle in the first game, but had tons of viewers. Again, please don't be afraid to say hello in the chat. So, Mr. Daney, sorry about the feed being froze. I think we're good now. Please let me know if you can't see it. But we should be good to go. All right. We had a little bit of technical difficulty at the beginning for whatever reason, connectivity here at the Iceplex. All right, so here we go. Mystery player, Singleton, and Mystery player has it. Tries to deke around, cannot. Cut off by Edlund. Johnson and Cabbage on it. Shot right on goal by Maximus. And that's going to be icing, so we're going to leave it right there. All right, face-off's about to ensue here. Shot by Mr. Player. That's up and out of the rink. So, face-off again right over there. It must be Phelps. It's not Sloan? Phelps, okay. All right, I did get confirmation that is Phelps behind the net, or in front of the net, rather. Johnson has it on the far boards after the face-off. Puck comes around behind the net. Carter's right there. Puck goes around back behind the net. Picked up by, I think that was Maximus. Mr. Player bring it to the net. Shot. Scored! And gives the lead to Cabbage Criminals. 2-1 here in the second period. So, folks, records don't mean anything. When it comes to gameplay here, I'll tell you who's on the ice in a moment. Holderman and McCree are facing us. Breedlove will take the face-off against Tyler Dussel. We also got Kazo. I think that's Courier, who now has it. Gets it out to Breedlove. Jones is on the ice as well. He's bringing it to the zone. Shoots on goal. Blocked again by Phelps. Puck comes up the ice. Hilderman goes down. Passes over to Dussel. Dussel takes it in. Cut off by Courier. Nice job on defense there as Courier also bangs into the boards. Wilson dumps it back behind the net on the shot. Helms picks it up. Passes over to Hilderman. Brings it around. Pass out front. Just out of the reach of Helms. Puck comes back down to Hilderman. Hilderman over to Helms. Helms shot on goal. Blocked and kicked out by Daney. Jones dekes it around Helms. Tries to dump it down in. Hilderman's right there to pick it up. Hilderman's bringing it up the ice. Shoots on goal again. Poked away as Wilson was right there to follow up. Courier around the boards to Helms. Jones is right there with him. Finally picked up by Dussel. Driving to the net is Helms. That puck goes. Oh, it's not in. It's not in. It's still in play. It looked like it may have gone in, but it did not. And play continues as finally it's kicked out of the zone. And picked up by Top Shelf as it comes up the boards here. Helms bringing it in again. Breedlove and Courier right there. Pass to the middle. Cut off. Nice job. Pass ahead to Dussel. Dussel taking it to the zone. Shot on goal. Again, blocked by Daney. Daney's done a great job. Mazur's back there as well. Kazo, I believe that was Kazo who had the block in front of the net a minute ago that I wasn't sure who it was. Puck comes down to across the middle. Down the corner. Now back behind the net. Johnson has it. Tries to get out. LaBarbera cuts it off. Mazur now has it coming out of that. Over to Schaub. And scores! And it's a 2-2 game here in the second period. As that one just snuck past the arm of Daney. And here we go. Mazur and Lucian Cabbage. And looks like Top Shelf will win that one. Puck comes back around. It's coming up the ice. Over to Mr. Player. Mr. Player dumps it in. Back to Edlund. Edlund and Lucian Cabbage battling it out on the boards. Mazur joins them. Out to LaBarbera. That gets out of the zone and comes all the way down, and that is icing. With 7:50 to go in the second period, it's a 2-2 game. And what a close, tight game it is. All right, so here we go. Lucian and Cabbage Criminals actually won that face-off, taken away by LaBarbera. Dumped back down in the zone. Kicked out again into the neutral zone. Lucian Cabbage tried to take it away, had it poked out. Singleton now has it, bringing it into the zone. Cabbage has it, passes it ahead. And no penalty on number 2 going down. Nice job by the defense of Top Shelf. Singleton now there with Maximus. Maximus takes it away in the corner. Puck comes down into the neutral zone. Number 2 passes over to the near boards to McCree. There's a battle for it. I'm sorry, it was Johnson, not McCree. Lucian Cabbage has it, brings it to the zone. Shot blocked by Phelps. Pass by Cole Carter, or Edlund, sorry, up to Singleton. Singleton shoots, blocked by, let's see who that was. Dominique is out there now, blocked by him. LaBarbera has it. Back to the middle, pass ahead to number 2. Mystery Player dumps it in past Duel. Edlund's right there to cut it off. Back to the middle to Dominique, cut off by Duel. McCree is on the ice now. That puck, Causer tried to get it out. Bumgarten couldn't come up with it. And it remains in the neutral zone as it comes up the ice. Breedlove, he's trailed by Jones. Pass to the middle, no one there. Back again, no one there. Bumgarten now has it. Gets around Jones. Cazzo tries to cut it off. Now up to Hilderman. Now gives it back to Bumgarten. Cut off by Breedlove. Breedlove will score an icing, as it was not across the red line. So again, if you are carrying the puck and you're not crossed that red line one direction or the other, and you dump it down into the zone, it will be called icing. If it reaches the back line, and no one touches it. The back line being back there where the front part of the goal is. So Tyler Dussel and Breedlove will take the face-off. You also have Wilson, Austin Schaub, Carter, and Hildebrand on the ice for Top Shelf. You got Jones, like I said, Breedlove, I believe McCree, Courier. Puck is dumped down to Daney, blocked to the off to his left. Cazzo on the boards there with Wilson trying to get away. Dussel joins him. So is McCree. Finally comes out. Gets out to Carter. Carter shoots wide left. And after a few collisions, Jones brings it back out to the neutral zone. 4:54 to go here in the period. Puck comes around. Picked up and brought up the ice by Austin Schaub. Over to Hildebrand. Hildebrand shoots. Blocked by Daney. Followed up. Blocked again and covered up. That time by Wilson. Great job by Daney. And we'll have a face-off right over here with 4:37 to go in the second period. It remains a 2-2 game. On the ice is going to be Maximus, Cabbage, Lucian Cabbage, Dominique, Johnson, and Mr. Player number 2 for Top Shelf. It's going to be Edlund, Baumgarten, Singleton, Alcade, and I'll get to the other player in just a moment. As Mr. Player has it, bringing up the ice. Puck gets away. Battle for it right here in front of us. Finally, Cabbage comes out with it, has it poked away, but it's offsides. And face-off will happen right here with 4:25 to go. I did get notification if any of you were watching the Stick and Puck Spotlight before this game. The last question, Smitty had stated a person who inspired him. It was actually Tyler Hoff. And we'll make sure that that gets edited back in because of the connectivity. For some reason, didn't pick it up. So we'll make sure Tyler's name gets put into the Stick and Puck Spotlight in the that's caught by Daney. Nice job. And the Stick and Puck Spotlight coming up in the next episode of our podcast on the Hockey Sports Network. All right, so on the ice, is Edlund, Aaron Schaub. This is Top Shelf. Mr. Player number 2 brings it up the ice. Cut off by Helms. Collision there. No penalty, no harm, no foul, I guess. Actually, it was not a penalty. It was just a good, clean hit where Mr. Player took the biggest bang of it. So LaBarbara Mazer also on the ice for Top Shelf. You got both Cabbage brothers out there. Both Cabbage brothers, Breedlove, along with Johnson. And see if I can tell who else is out there. Helms brings it up the ice, dumps it in. I guess that's everybody. Sorry about trying to talk to myself, but just making sure I got everybody covered. Edlund has it. Passes ahead to Mazer. Mazer loses control. Puck comes back down in. Cabbage has it. Bring it to the goal. Backhand. Covered up and blocked by Phelps. And it remains a 2-2 game with 2:54 to go. Faceoff will be to Phelps' right. And coming up after this game is going to be Sharks Blue and Sharks Gray. So kind of an inter-team rivalry there. So you got Courier, McCree, Breedlove, Jones, and Cazzo on the ice for Cabbage Criminals. We have Dussel, Hildebrand. And Hildebrand has it, passes ahead to Dussel, speaking of that. Over to Wilson. Wilson shoots, blocked by Daney. Carter and Dool also on the ice for Top Shelf. Battle for it in the neutral zone. Finally, Wilson has it. Wilson brings it back around. Pass ahead. Cut off by Courier. Puck remains in the neutral zone. Finally dumped in by Dool. Puck goes back behind the net. Courier has it. Gets it back out. Dussel has it. Tries to go underneath the legs of Kazo. Does, but it goes wide right. Follow up again by Dussel. Blocked by Daney. And the goal comes off the pylons. And the pylons there, sorry. Couldn't quite say it. And so it'll be a face-off, and it'll be right over there. So Alcade, Austin Schaub, Edlund, Singleton, and Bumgarten on the ice for top shelf. It's going to be Kazo, Mr. Player number 2, Lucian Cabbage, Johnson, and I think that's Courier still out there as well. Face-off won by Top Shelf. Quickly stolen away and pushed ahead. Schaub and Mr. Player shot off of Phelps, goes up out of the arena. And remains a 2-2 game with a minute 41 to go. Same players on the ice, and it is Courier, as I suspected. So again, our 9:45 game will feature Sharks Blue, Sharks Gray. Courier battling it out over there with Alcade and Bumgarten. Finally, Edlund tries to get it. Taken away by Lucian. And pushed out. Mason Singleton right there trying to come up with him. So is Bumgarten. No one seems, it's like a hot potato. No one wants the puck. And Courier battling out here. No one can get control. Finally, nope. I was hopeful. And Bumgarten dumps it down behind the net. Singleton racing over with Kazo. Kazo tries to poke away, cannot. Alcade now has it. Mr. Player number 2 bringing it up the ice now. Tries to deke around Bumgarten. Bumgarten cuts it off. Mr. Player gets it back. Shot off the crossbar. And comes all the way around. Picked up by Bumgarten. Shot blocked by Daney. Singleton tries to follow up just off the edge of the goal. Back out front. Mr. Player has it again. 30 seconds to go. It's all by himself, 1-on-2. Now it's Dominique joins him. Pass over to Dominique, cut off by Hilderman. It's a breakaway for Bumgarten. Shoots, blocked by Daney. Followed up by Schaub. Blocked again. What a job by Daney. Picked up by Dominique, brought up the ice. And that's going to just about do it for the period. As the puck is in the corner, and that's where it'll stop. So period 2 ends up with a pair of goals, one for each side, and it's 2-2 as we move on to the final period in this one. So just as I kind of called out and spoke about pregame, that this one should be a good game, and it's living up to its billing. So Daney and Phelps meeting there in the center ice. As we wait for the players to come back out and join in this one. Hey, if since you're watching, please make sure you like, share, subscribe. Hey, Burger Man, how are you? Good to see you. You as well, Solar. Again, Mr. Daney, apologies for the technical difficulties at the very beginning there. Glad to have all of you join us. We saw the Ice Bulls take down Panthers Gold 6-0 in the first game. On the ice is going to be Jones, McCree, Maximus Cabbage. Let's see who else is out there for Dominique. And that, not 100%, but that might be, I'm getting him turned around. He does. It's Breedlove. So that rounds out the 5 for Cabbage Criminals. Again, glad to have you all aboard. Please make sure you like, share, subscribe to help, and view the videos, like the videos, share them. Check out our podcast, our Stick and Puck Spotlight. Check it all out. It's free to you, but it helps our channel grow the more times you view, like, share, subscribe. So La Barbara, Mazer, Carter, Helms, and I'll tell you who the other top shelf players in a second. That's going to be Aaron Schaub. Breedlove dumps it down behind the net as the third period is now underway. Helms has it. Gets it out, just out of the reach of Schaub. Dominique has it. Has it taken away by Mazer. Cabbage is right there to cut him off, though. Nice job. Mazer and Schaub battling for the puck away from Cabbage. It comes all the way around. Picked up by Helms. Helms brings it into the zone. Helms will dump to the middle. Back to Mazer. Couldn't come up with it. Back out front to Carter. Carter shoots. Caught by Daney with 11:13 to go here in the third period. And it remains 2-2. So I think if I'm a betting man, which I'm not, but hey, I would have won this time. Face-off will be to the right of Daney. On their end of the ice. It's going to be Dussel, Wilson, Helms, Carter, and Hilderman for top shelf. And I'll tell you who the Cabbage Criminals. I know it's Mr. Player for sure. Let you know who else I meant. Helms over to Carter. Carter shoots. Blocked by Mystery Player. Picked up by Lucian. Lucian bringing it up the ice. Pass over to Mystery Player. Gets out ahead. Shoots. Blocked by Phelps. It's a battle for it. Carter pushes it around to Mystery Player. Back out in the neutral zone. Courier pushes it back down in. Johnson touches it. If Johnson hadn't touched it, they wouldn't have called offsides. And we'll do a face-off right over there. So a quick line change for top shelf. It's going to be Hilderman, Wilson, Austin Schaub, Duel, and Dussel. Dussel has it, wins the face-off, swings around backwards, nice move, poked away by Daney, still behind the net, trying to get it out, it's caught in the net, nope, finally got it out before the whistle was blown by the ref. Puck comes up the ice, shot across the middle, cut off and blocked by Courier. Wilson to the middle, blocked. Puck pushed back out. Hilderman shoots off the post. That would have made it a 3-2 game for sure. Puck comes around behind the net. Cazzo and Courier. Cazzo, Cabbage, and Johnson blocking the net. Puck comes to the middle. And follow up by Wilson. Again, caught by Daney. 9:59 to go. Looked like it was just going to be Cabbage Criminals in front of the net, but the puck got loose. Wilson and Hilderman was right there. Or I'm sorry, not Wilson. It was Duel and Hilderman right there. So coming on the ice for top shelf is going to be Alcade, Baumgarten. Remaining will be Duel. Sorry, I forget the numbers. I'll tell you in a second. Austin Schaub and Mason Singleton. Shot by Schaub. Blocked away by Daney. Breedlove tries to cut it off. Cannot. Maximus Cabbage and Dominique back behind the net there. Comes back around. Alcade and Maximus on it. Back out to Duel. Tries to get it back down to Baumgarten. Goes around behind the net. Singleton gets it. Pushes out to Baumgarten. Poked away by Breedlove. Gets loose to Daney. Daney gets it out of there. What a job. Dominique back around behind the net. Duel. That was Breedlove. Dekes around him, dumps it down in before it could touch across the line to be icing. Was picked up. Pass ahead to Baumgarten. Shot, caught, and held on to by Daney. 9:01 to go. Face-off will be just to the left, to Daney's right. It's going to be Mazer, Aaron Schaub, Edlund. I think that's Helms. It is. And LaBarbera on the ice for Top Shelf. For Cabbage Criminals, it is Courier, mystery player. That was kind of a draw, so I'm not going to try to speculate who won that. Johnson, Cazzo to round out Cabbage Criminals. Puck comes right up towards us here on the near boards. It's a battle for it. LaBarbera come out with it. Pass back over to the near boards. LaBarbera battling it out, and so is Mazer and Helms. Mystery player number 2 passes back to Johnson, who couldn't quite hold on to it and passes it forward. Mazer gets it around Courier. Lucian Maximus is now on the ice, picks it up, gets it back around to, I guess he was the other one out there I didn't see, to Cazzo. Pass to the middle, cut off by Johnson. It was a pass to Schaub. Schaub tried to get a one-timer out of it, couldn't do it. Helms has it, gives it over to Mazer. Mazer trying to bring it up the ice. Gets it to LaBarbera. Shoots just to wide right. Puck comes to the middle of the zone. That's going to go down into the top shelf side of the ice. Picked up by Helms. Tries to get it out. Mystery player almost took it away right there. Helms passes it ahead to Aaron Schaub. He passes, LaBarbera passes over to Aaron Schaub. Shot by Dussel. Caught and covered up by Daney. And faceoff should be, well, they're going to do it to the right of Daney. So you got Wilson, Dussel, Hilderman. Looks like Austin Schaub and Cole Carter on the ice for Top Shelf. It's going to be Breedlove, Jones, and get to the other players in just a moment. And Top Shelf wins that one. McCree is also on the ice, as well as Dominique and Courier. It's puck in the corner, battle for it. Both players go down. I think that's Schaub and Courier. Pass back out ahead. Dussel Deeks tries to push it towards the goal. He goes down. Puck's bouncing around. Finally, Dominique comes out with it. Gets it around. Tries to get around the Jones. Cut off. I believe it was Carter. It was. Dumps it in. Courier finally comes up with it. Brings it up the ice. Shoots. Blocked by Carter. Puck comes around. Carter has it. Carter's trying to bring it up the ice. He's doing it into the neutral zone all the way through. And it's offsides, as I think that was, I got to see the number because it was folded up on the jersey, but I think that was Dussel, and it was. And so faceoff will happen right here with 6:41 to go, at a 2-2 tie. Now these games do end in ties, by the way, so if they keep playing this way and no scoring happens, that is the case. So Alcade, Bumgarten, Carter, Austin Schaub, and Mason Singleton on the ice. You got Mr. Player number 2. Not sure what's all. Phelps. Merrick Phelps is trying to fix his skates. So while we're waiting, we'll see. So we got Johnson. I'll tell you who the rest of the players in a minute. Lucian Cabbage, I believe that's Maximus Cabbage, more than likely, as the other blue liner. And Phelps is all set, getting his glove back on, his stick and pad, and we'll get things underway here in a moment. All right, here we go. 6:41 to go in this one. Face-off won by Top Shelf. Lucian has it, bringing up the ice. Brings in the zone, cut off by Austin Schaub. But Cabbage does dump it towards the goal. Pass ahead to Singleton. Singleton tries to get it over, cut off by Maximus. Daney tries to cover up, bats it, does bat it away. Mischief player number 2 has it, bringing it up the ice. Pass Cole Carter, pass to the middle, just out of the reach of Cabbage. That's Maximus, and that would have been a one-timer for sure. Cazzo to the middle, tips and goes in, and it's a goal, and Cabbage Criminals now have the lead on the tip-in by Cazzo, 3-2. So it's going to be Mazer. I think that's still Carter out there. Duel. LaBarbera. And I can't tell. That's not Carter. I'll tell you who it is in a minute. There's 2 players I can't tell. Same 5 on the ice for Cabbage Criminals. Pass ahead to LaBarbera. That's Aaron Schaub. Shot caught by Daney and Edlund. Face off right over here to Landon's right. So SVYY92, glad to have you. Thanks for. Oh, there's a shot by Duel. Bounces off the leg pad of Daney, goes in, and this game is tied 3-3. Wow, it's one of those things you just shoot it and hope for the best, and he got the right bounce. And within seconds, this game is all knotted up at 3. So same 10 on the ice, no change. It's a face-off between Mazer and Breedlove. Cabbage Criminals 1, Dominique. Dominique and McCree were 2 new ones that came out, so my apologies for that. I missed that. Pass ahead to, I think that's Courier. It is. It dumps it in. Courier is trailing LaBarbera. LaBarbera over to Mazer. Courier, nice defense there. Breedlove is back to, tries to get it out to Edlund, cut off by McCree. Edlund finally comes up with it. Now Dominique has it. Pass ahead to Jones. Jones comes out with it in the neutral zone. Dekes around. Cut off by Edlund. Edlund out ahead to LaBarbera. Passes it behind him. That gets away. Courier's on it. He has it. 4:45 to go. Pass over to Jones, just out of Jones's reach. That gets ahead to Duel. Pass over to LaBarbera, and it goes all the way down to Daney, who covers it up with 4:28 to go here in the third period. So we have 1 goal each, and it's 3-3. So Tyler Dussel, Helms, Hilderman, Austin Schaub, and Wilson on the ice for Top Shelf. Mischief player takes it away. Nice move on the face-off. Brings it up the ice. Shoots. Blocked by Helms. Nice job on defense. Puck comes up the ice. Gets past Cabbage. Lucian cutting it off. Cazzo, Johnson, and Maximus Cabbage on the ice. Brings it around. Tries to sneak it in. And no goal. With 4:03 left. Face-off will happen right there. So the ref is talking to Wilson for some reason. Not sure what happened. But the whistle was called. Same 10 on the ice. No change. Face-off to the right of Daney. Face-off won by Top Shelf. Hilderman has it behind the net. Gets it out front. Picked up by Helms. Helms tries to push it down. And that goes in! It gets past! And that goal was by Wilson. And gives, the first time tonight, Top Shelf the lead. Now, if Top Shelf holds on to win this, and Kelly's Heroes loses, Top Shelf will move into second place. So So interesting to see what happens here. Baumgarten comes out with it, drives to the net, shoots, and that's off the crossbar. Does not go in. Maximus Cabbage brings it up the ice, trying to get that tying goal. Tries to pass ahead to number 2, loses control of it. Now back down to Singleton. Maximus Cabbage cutting it off. Alcade right there as well. And still nobody has it. Maximus finally gets it over to Cazzo, gives it to number 2. Number 2 brings it in, geeks around, has it poked away. Oh, wow, what a collision. As puck spot up the ice by Singleton, shot wide right. Cazzo and Baumgarten battling out. Alcade tries to push to the middle, cut off by number 2. He was trying to get it over to, let's see who it is in a second, Singleton. Helms brings it around, cut off. And just a clear battle for the puck right now. No one in control, and that's going to be icing. So with 2:39 to go, trailing by a goal, Phelps will have the faceoff to his right, as Cabbage Criminals will try to at least tie it. Top Shelf took the lead for the first time in this one just a few moments ago. So Dominique, Courier, Jones, Breedlove, and McCree on the ice for the Criminals. LaBarber bringing up the ice with Mazer. Aaron Schaub goes behind the net. Mazer does. Tries to bring it around. Danny and Carter's out there as well. I believe that's Edlund too. We'll double checking that. Carter has it. To the middle. Shoots. Blocked away. Followed up. And puck's still bouncing everywhere. There's another shot blocked. That is Edlund out there. Picked up by Jones. Mazer's there trying to cut off. He does. Takes it away. Brings it back down in the zone. Pushes ahead to Aaron Schaub. Poked away by Dominique. LaBarber has it. Passes it back to Aaron Schaub. Back around to by Dominique to McCree. Back out to Breedlove. Breedlove bringing it up the ice. Breedlove dekes around Carter. Tries to get it back to the middle to Jones. Could not. And puck goes back down to Phelps. Minute 30 to go. Edlund bringing it up the ice. Deeks tries to deke around. Tries to back and gives it to LaBarbera. Taken away by Courier. Followed up a shot opened by Aaron Schaub. Dominique gets it out. That's cut off by Edlund. Edlund passes over to Austin Schaub. A minute to go. Hilderman goes down as Jones tries to pass ahead to Courier. Cut off by Wilson and Duel. Duel over to Wilson. Pass out ahead. And no icing as it was caught off by Dussel. Back in a shot and goal by Hilderman to seal this one. Unless something miraculously happens in the next 39 seconds, Top Shelf is going to take this one and set themselves up for a possible second place tonight. All right, number 2, and Deuce will take the face-off. Wilson and company battling it out right there. Comes away from the near boards over to Cabbage and Hilderman. Hilderman tries to take it around, has it poked away. Back out to Dussel. Bounces around to Duel. Duel shoots off the pad of Daney. And we'll say Daney and Phelps both have done a great job tonight. And backhand shot by Hilderman. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's going to do it. So final score here after a comeback by Top Shelf to take this one and give them a 6-2-2 record, Cabbage Criminals will fall to 4-6, and they will drop down behind the Ice Bulls. So Top Shelf takes them 5-3 in a thriller that came right down to the very end. Again, as we expected. And so glad you could join us here on the Hockey Sports Network. Again, this is Ted Boggs. Thanking you so much. Please check out our channel, our Facebook page, our podcast. We just dropped our 3rd episode yesterday, and our new Stick and Puck Spotlight that we did last week, and then the one that's coming up this week as well in the next episode. Again, thank you so much for joining us. This is Ted Boggs for Hockey Sports Network. Coming up next is Sharks versus Sharks and an inter-squad match. We'll see you then.